iNation is the story of Sidney Porter, a disillusioned CIA agent, a veteran of his agency of 25 years, who has gradually become more and more disconnected from the policies of the government he serves. And that has led him to begin to skim hundreds of millions of dollars of the CIA's money and use it to fund his own global political agenda. He is a very modern day, complex Robin Hood.
Tim's character brings over a lot of stolen CIA money from America here to Barcelona, and he uses it to fund like all of these things that the American government doesn't want to fund to make the world better. Normally you don't get a series that is this up to date. It's got the finger on the pulse of the political world.
If you look around the world and you see just what's happening here in your own country, people demonstrating on the streets, rioting, riots in Madrid, riots in Greece, demonstrating in marches in the United States. You see what's happening vis-a-vis Wall Street, what's happened with our policies, our governments. You see people in innumerable numbers questioning their very governments and questioning those policies. And that's what this show does. This show is about, well, what if we didn't have to question anymore? What if we started acting on behalf of our answers? What if we had the power to go around the failed policies of government? What if we had the power to go around the special interests and act on behalf of ourselves and us all as a community just of people, not of politicians, not of big corporations?
In a way, because it talks about it takes on global politics, and you know, it's not a dumb show. It's not like it's not silly. It's poignant, and it deals with current events and what's really going on in the world. And of course, then it's got the fiction.
When I read the treatment, I thought it was something really smart, especially with the political situation we're in right now. It's incredibly pertinent.
That it is a bit risky in the sense of we're mixing these true to what's happening in the world today events with fiction, and I think Tim has done a wonderful job of blending these stories in and creating these characters.
Who are you? This is the last time I'm asking you nicely. Who the fuck are you?
I'm Sid Porter, CIA. That's my fucking ID.
And so I tried to use this format, this crime drama format, to tell a historical fiction. So I like to dive into what's happening now in global politics, comment on it, and deal with it in a fantasy way that I hope speaks to a large number of people.
The aspect of Tim's idea that iNation is a rogue element, like a Robin Hood kind of group, is interesting to me because the whole political picture of the world lately has gone completely insane.
Anybody who's a fan of crime drama and a bit of action will enjoy this show.
It has that touch, that really good touch of political thriller, the crime scene, and it's quite interesting. Apart from that, the characters that are involved are very good characters, very interesting characters.
Sidney Porter? Are you Sidney Porter? I'm Ruben Laycock.
I play Ruben Laycock, who is a British Secret Service agent who's come over here to Barcelona to join the fictional agency Catpol, which is a bit like Interpol. He's serious, tough. He likes to joke, but not when it's on him. So in the pilot episode, when Tim gets in the car and starts taking the piss, basically, he gets very angry very quickly. Yeah, he knows how to take care of himself. He's been around, and he's very British.
My character's name is Irune López Gormendia. She's a woman from Basque Country. She is a policewoman, basically, and a duty person. She has grown up in the Basque Country during the worst years of the terrorism of ETA. and she developed her career really fast because she's quite an ambitious woman.
I play the character of Roman, Jimmy Dean Porter, which is the brother of Sid. He kind of looks up to him very much, you know, to Sid Porter. He listens to him, he listens to his instructions, and although he doesn't have a lot of knowledge in politics, you know, he still listens to Sid. He trusts him. Roman is also he's a streetwise. You know, he's the kind of character who will talk his way out of anything and into anything he wants to. You know. Apart from that, he's a functional heroin user, but he's not really the stereotypical guy that you might think, you know, when you think about a heroin user. He's more like the next door neighbor who you might think who's clean, you know.
My character's name is Jojo. She's a bit of a sex kitten.
He's actually the guy who does the dirty jobs. When he commits something, he obliges himself to do it. And he's a serious guy, but when there's tension, he loves to make fun, actually.
Anton, how Tim put it, means, and it stands for actually, first into battle. So I guess the name speaks for itself for the character. He does it and then asks questions later. He is, I guess in one way, pretty ruthless. But he has a plan.
The character I play is Hank O'Henry Dahl. He's a survivor. He kind of had a rough beginning, rough upbringing. Comes from an Italian neighborhood in Chicago. Since 2005, the last 7 years, he's been living in Barcelona, where he spent a life. He's a criminal.
The cast is amazing. So different types of characters together. Also the actors, completely complementary.
Lo bueno de iNation es que a nivel visual es que la primera vez que lo ves ya es algo distinto, no es lo típico que sueles ver en la tele.
The experience of working with iNation is really grand. It's amazing because you get to work with a huge crew, and the whole atmosphere is like you're working on a big movie production, you know.
Ray is the director of photography, and I didn't have to think about that at all. I was in an expert's hands, and when you see how it looks as a result, you'll understand why I was so comfortable. I wasn't stressed about it in the least.
When I read the script, and of course it's an American story. It's not really a Spanish story, but it's located in Barcelona. I thought, well, and also because Tim showed me some movies he liked, well, it's a kind of inspiration of the look the show had to have. I was thinking about, you know, a really sunny and sweaty and very a warm look of the series. But what usually happens in shootings is when you arrive and on the shoot, the day you must shoot the show, suddenly the climate in Barcelona was really different, and it was cloudy, rainy, and well, we shifted the look of this episode to a more crepuscular and more dark and more cold look. And I think the result is pretty nice because it's a very original view of Barcelona that people are not used to see.
Tenía muy claro, gracias a Tim, el aspecto final que esto debía tener. Lo bueno de Tim es que sabe exactamente lo que quiere, te lo sabe transmitir, te lo sabe explicar, pero a la vez te da mucha libertad artística, te deja trabajar a tu manera, con tu estilo y poner ese punto personal, ¿no?, a la obra.
Working with Tim is it's really easy because it's, you know, we are very lucky to be working with such an experienced guy. He got lots of experience in acting, writing, and in shows in general. So it's really easy, especially for the actors, I think, because as he is an actor himself.
It's good. He knows me well, so he knows what I can do. He knows which shots are going to best represent what I can do. So yeah, it's good to have somebody directing you that can actually get the best from you.
Vale, cortamos.